Hey YouTube, it's Emily. It has been quite a while since I last posted a YouTube video, but I thought that I've been so stressed since school started, and I wanted to share what going to high school during coronavirus in the United States looks like right now for me. I know a lot of schools have not gone back yet, or they're going to go back soon, and there's a lot of stuff up in the air that nobody really knows the answer to. So I thought I would just share how it's going for me right now. Also, sorry this chair keeps squeaking. So I've made a little list of stuff that I want to make sure that I mention. My first day of school was August 3rd. It's my senior year, and everything is completely different from the last 3 years of high school for me. First thing I want to mention is they changed our schedule completely. So the last 3 years we have had a 7-period block schedule. On Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays we had 7 periods every day from 7:30 until 2:20, and all of our classes were about 45 minutes long. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog whining in the back. She's being super whiny in her old age anymore. And then on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we did our even and odd classes for 90 minutes. And at the end of our junior year last year, we even scheduled for having 7 classes for 2 semesters. And over the summer, our school decided that we were going to switch to a 4-period block schedule. So, what is her problem? Well, I guess my door's just gonna stay open now because my dog's being a whiny McGee. Over the summer, my school decided that we were gonna switch to a 4-period block schedule. So instead of having 7 classes a semester, we're technically having 8, except for I'm graduating at semester, so I will only be taking 8 classes my senior year. It was super confusing and hard to figure out what new classes I wanted to take, and I talked to a bunch of my friends and they said the same thing. This is the 2nd week of school right now, and we still have students who are having problems with their schedule, and it's really annoying, but that's what they changed. And then our 4 class periods are 90 minutes every day. So we have 2 periods, and then we get a 30-minute lab, and then we have 2 more periods, and then we go home. And something else that's different is last year we started school at 7:30 in the morning. There's a really pretty bird out there and it's got like a mohawk. What was I saying? Oh, last year we started school at 7:30 in the morning and we finished school at 2:20, and this year we're starting school at 7:55 and we end at 2:20. So we do get like an extra, I think, 25 minutes. I can't do times in my head. So something else that's new is my school has changed where students park and the staff park and where the buses arrive. I'm not exactly sure if this is just because we needed more safety in the parking lot in general, or if this is COVID related, but all of the student drivers have to park in a specific parking lot separated from the buses and the teachers. And then the car line is also like in the same parking lot as the buses and the teachers. And the buses get released at 7:30 in the morning, and then car riders get released at 7:35, and then student drivers, they get released from their cars at 7:40. That's to try, I know that we get dismissed like that, well, dismissed into the school like that right now because of COVID. If this ever gets better, I'm sure we'll all enter the building at the same time. But for now, that's what we're doing. And then for dismissal, to keep us separated, well, less people in the halls out all at once, the bus riders get released at 2:20, the student drivers get released at 2:23, and then the car riders get released at 2:25. And last year, we all got released at the same time at 2:20. Something that my school is doing right now, but not all schools are doing, is we are wearing masks the whole school day. The only time we're allowed to take our masks off is during lunch, because we have to eat. So you gotta take your mask off in order to eat. I'll talk more about lunch later and what it's like, but the masks get pretty annoying. Teachers have to wear masks or face shields, and students have to wear masks. We don't get to wear face shields. It's kind of annoying because we're high schoolers. I feel like everybody should know how to wear their masks. And if we want to get this COVID thing all over with, the sooner everybody starts wearing their mask right, the better. Like, we're gonna get to start school normally again once COVID goes away. So I need to understand, why aren't these people wearing your mask correctly? Let me do a demonstration real quick. So this mask that I have is a little bit big on me, so I have tied it in the back to keep it up and not fall off my face, because all of these students at school are not wearing them correctly, and I just want everything to go back to normal. So, example of how to wear a mask correctly. Like this. Do you see how it's covering my nose and my mouth? Yeah, it works like that. I see a lot of students wearing it like this, or like this, or like this, or like a headband. That's not how you wear your mask, and this is not how you wear a mask, and I'm getting really frustrated with the people at school who are wearing it incorrectly, because you're just spreading COVID around the school. So far, my school has had a few cases of COVID. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but we have had quite a few positive tests. And at my school, when someone tests positive, all of the people who sit around them in all of their classes and at lunch, and if you're in the bathroom at the same time as them, and if you're standing next to them in the hall long enough, they all get sent home for 14 days to quarantine / get a COVID test, make sure they don't have it. 14 days out. So if you are in contact with somebody who tests positive for COVID outside of the school, you are required to call the school and let them know that you've been in contact with someone, and you will not be coming to school for the next 14 days. Another reason you would be home for 14 days is if you sit near someone at school who tested positive. Then you and many others are sent home for 14 days. Another way you can get sent home for 14 days, which was something that happened to me, I forgot to take my allergy medicine, and the next morning I woke up with severe allergy symptoms. My symptoms for allergies usually contain a stuffy nose, a runny nose, terrible migraines, and some nausea. And so those 4 things do happen to be on the list for symptoms of COVID, which means that when my mom called the school to tell them that I wasn't feeling well, they said I had to be out for 14 days unless I was nausea-free for 72 hours and had an alternate diagnosis from a nurse practitioner or a doctor, and I also had to have a negative COVID test. So I had to have 3 things in order to come back to school. I was told on Thursday to not come back to school until my 14 days have, expired, finished, whatever word you want to use. And so my mom and I, we looked everywhere to find where I could get a rapid test, like the 20-30 minute test. And I did end up getting an appointment on Friday, and so I did get to go back to school on Monday because my COVID test did come back negative, as we thought it would, because it was just allergies, which we all knew because I forgot to take my allergy medicine and I was having my allergy symptoms. But it is better to be safe than sorry. The next thing I want to talk about with what's different at school is lunch. Lunch is completely different than what it used to be. My school, I would say it's a pretty small school for where I live. And in the past, we've had 3 lunches. We had lunch A, lunch B, and lunch C, and they were all in the cafeteria. This year, to spread out students and make sure we're keeping as much of a distance as we can in the school, we have 3 lunch A's, 3 lunch B's, and 3 lunch C's, and all of the lunch A's are at the same time, all the lunch B's are at the same time, and all of the lunch C's are at the same time, but they're in different rooms. So we have lunch in the cafeteria, the media center, which is a library, and then we have it in our auxiliary gym. It's kind of annoying because I have the same lunch as 3 of my friends, but 2 of them are in a different room than me. But at the same time, I understand why we're spread out like that. It just really sucks because we've been missing our friends. We haven't really gotten to hang out with them or anything like that over the summer, actually since my school went out on March 12th. So since March 12th, we haven't really gotten to talk to our friends in person or hang out with them or see them or anything like that. And now we go to school and we're not supposed to make contact with any other students or teachers. We're supposed to keep our distance. At lunch, we're separated into 3 different rooms and 3 different lunches. And so not only does that mean we're separated in different rooms with our lunches, our lunch tables are also all facing the same direction. I'll insert a picture of what I'm talking about right here. I've made a diagram. But pretty much all students are facing forward. There are no seats where 2 people are facing each other. It does not happen. Only 2 people can be seated per table, and the lunch lines, there are 2 lunch lines in the cafeteria. We have stickers in place on the floor that say 6 feet away, help keep the spread of COVID down. It's not really enforced, I would say. Students don't stand on the stickers, they stand right up on top of each other. And the stickers honestly don't even make sense to me because when it's passing period, the students are all like this. Our hallways are probably 6 feet wide themselves, and then you have lockers there, so just imagine. There's not a lot of room. We're all shoulder to shoulder. There's no social distancing at all. And it's kind of scary because you don't know who's been where and who has coronavirus, so at any given moment you could be exposed to it. And it's really scary. Something that goes along with the passing periods is we are no longer allowed to use the bathroom during passing period. This goes back to contact tracing. So say Jimmy gets COVID, he tests positive for it. If he went to the bathroom the same time as Andrew during passing period, nobody knows that because it's passing period. But since we are only allowed to use the bathroom during class and our teachers have to log when people leave the room and where they're going, it makes it easier for the administration to contact trace. So now we know Jimmy and Andrew were both in the bathroom from 8:15 to 8:20. Well, sorry Andrew, you're out of school for 14 days. That's pretty much what it does. It is pretty annoying because I like to not miss class, and so now I'm missing class to use the bathroom, or pretty much that's all you're allowed to do anymore is use the bathroom. You can't really go anywhere else except for going from class to class or to lunch or to the bathroom. That's pretty much the only places we're allowed to go during school. It does suck, but again, it's all just for health and safety reasons. And my last thing that I want to talk about is virtual school. So my school gave out the option to do online school, like all of your classes online. I'm thinking it's for the whole year. It might just be for the first semester, but I think it's for the whole year. Or you can come to school and do all of your classes in school in person. The only thing that was like annoying about this is that they only offered certain classes online. So I'm signed up for 8 classes over this semester, and none of my 8 classes were on the list to do virtual school. I would say my stress level on a scale of 1 to 10 every day that I go to school is probably a 12. My first day of school was just terrible. I like to know everything. I like to have the answers to all my questions. I like to know what's gonna happen, and I like to have a plan. And no one could answer my questions, and I didn't have a plan because I didn't know what school was gonna be like. And so my anxiety was so high on the first day of school, I couldn't even focus. Like, I could not focus, I could not do my work, I was feeling scared and anxious, and so the first day of school was not great. So I will say that everything I've said so far is pretty negative. So let me just share a few positives with you. Something positive. The first thing that's positive, I'm starting school at like 25 minutes later. So that means I get to sleep in 25 extra minutes than I did last year. That's pretty nice. Something else that's positive. Well, that's all I have, actually. You know, maybe I'll do an update in a few weeks and let you know if it's gotten better or if something's changed. Word around town is my school might be going to a hybrid schedule. So if they do that, I'll be very pleased. That means I only have to go to school 2 days a week. If you guys have any questions about school right now during COVID, leave a comment. I will try and answer them either in the comments or I'll make another video. Who knows, this could blow up. Maybe this will blow up. That would be... But what can go wrong in 2020 will go wrong. So, that is my slogan for this year. If this video is helpful to you or you enjoyed it or, you know, it gave you some peace about not knowing what school's gonna be like, smash the like button, please. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. And seriously, if you enjoyed anything in this, please like it, leave a comment, let me know so I can make more content like this. Also, I'm very sorry I have not posted a video in a long time, but school and COVID have just had me stressing. So, you know, this is what you get. All right, peace. One more thing I forgot to mention, I post a video every Monday. Well, let's be honest, let's be real. I used to post a video every Monday, but I'm hoping to get back into it, you know? And also, actually nothing else, that's it, so peace.